Hi there, and welcome to the book club. Today you will meet Diarou, also known as Dee. Dee is 15 years old and she's written her first book. Before you meet Dee, please welcome our partners. Welcome. My name is Angela Thompson, and I am the visionary behind the Triple Threat Academy. I refer to our students as our cast members, and our cast members refer to me as Gigi, and you may also. I was inspired to start the Academy after watching my girls excel in dance for years. They are now adults, and one of my daughters has daughters of her own. We were fortunate to have many dance studios to choose from, but there just weren't that many training programs that included the total package of theater, singing, dance, and visual arts. To fill this gap, I created the Triple Threat Academy to introduce our young people to the different art forms in a fun and interactive way. Each session starts with an emphasis of the fact that performing in visual art is about telling a story. We read a short story in the beginning of each session, and then we encourage students to tell their own story while someone else illustrates the narrative. During the summer session, we partnered with the Top Teens of America in the Southern Maryland chapter. They hosted the story time and helped the cast members to tell and illustrate their story. It was a lot of fun to watch the images being developed virtually and guessing what the outcome would be. At the end, they produced their very own short story, but learned the importance of being specific about each character, including the scene and the narrative. One of our core principles is to engage with partners and sponsors that have a similar mission to ours and elect to contribute to our overall success. Our featured partner for this event is Reach Incorporated. Let's take this opportunity to get to know them.
Everybody say letters. Letters. Letters have names. What is the name of this letter?
I wanted to work with kids, that was my goal. And I wanted to do that, ever since I came into high school. The beginning stage, I was nervous. I knew that I was going to tutor kids, but I didn't know how I was going to do tutoring kids. But when I first started working with the kids, I felt the enjoyment, the love, and the affection I was getting from the kids. It made me feel great.
Rico had a love for kids since his sister was born. So Reach kind of opened that door even more for him. The Reach program gave him a drive. He started to be more open, more approachable, more talkative.
He went from being a C, D, B student to then he was summa cum laude. It was almost like a switch. It was turned on, and it was like, he started to see, okay, this program is not just about reading books, it's about developing me and myself.
I felt as though I had meaning in this world now. Just having the confidence in myself, building that inside of me, and I think that's what Reach did to me.
So, Colleen, good to have you with me, buddy. Give me a high five. Up high, down low. Oh, you gotta do it faster. Up high, down low. You got me. Good job.
Reach told me really early always to have great energy when I'm working with kids. Having that aura of it, positive energy, so they can, feel the energy as well.
I am a penguin.
Great energy, great positivity, great motivation, great affirmations towards the kids. Always just trying to lift them up. We want our kids to feel special. That's the whole goal. Feel special and make them feel as though they're at home.
This is my favorite bug. I like a grasshopper, because a grasshopper, they hop up.
Reach played, a huge part in that, and I took that with me. I want to be that role model that those kids look up to and, be a counselor for them, helping them, putting them on the right direction, and just supporting them. So that is what I'm gonna be doing in 4 to 8 years. And by then I should have my master's degree. So that's the goal.
Now that you've met Rico, it is now time to introduce you to Diarou Bayou. She is one of the contributing authors to Diarou's Not So Different. She refers to herself as D, and D is 15 years old, and she attends Calvin Coolidge High School in Washington, D.C. She really likes fashion, and she loves to do hair. Her most important purpose is to make money and to make her mom proud. This is her first book, and she wrote this story to help kids who have a hard time adapting to a new environment like she did when she came to this country. She wants you to know that just because you are living in a new environment with people of different backgrounds, it does not make you an outsider. You will always find someone you can relate to. We're going to meet Dee, all right? We are going to meet Dee, but first, we're going to take an opportunity to meet some of my other partners, AKA my friends that are on the call with us today. Rhonda Mitchell. Rhonda is the Director of Community Engagement for the Villages of Parkland for the W.C. Smith Company. We also have Suling Miller. She is the Deputy Director of Development at Reach Incorporated. And we have Jasmine Jones. She is the Program Manager.
This is Suling from Reach, and I am just so excited to be here. Thank you so much for this partnership, and I can't wait to hear Dee and Dea.
This is Jasmine. I echo exactly what Suling said. Very excited to be here and very excited to hear Dee and Dea read this story, and super excited for the activity at the end as well.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Rhonda and I work with W.C. Smith and I'm the Director of Community Services for the Villages of Parklands. So I really do appreciate everyone attending today, and thank you, Daria and Ladea, for your participation today, and good to be here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I absolutely adore these folks. And so I am now going to turn it over to Jasmine.
Story. She is also a tutor at Coolidge. And Dea, this is your first or second year with Reach?
This is my first year.
And this is her first year with Reach. And they are both a part of our after school tutoring program. And hopefully Dea will have the opportunity to write her own book this summer if she joins our Summer Leadership Academy. That we're going to do it is we'll start off with Dee and Dea taking turns reading. We'll have Dee read first, and then Dea will read, and then Dea read, and then Dea read, and they'll go back and forth like that.
And now they found something that relate them together, and she found somebody that she can relate to also.
That was incredible. It was an incredible story. Well, let me just ask you, Dee, what inspired you to write this particular book? Is the book true? Is it fictional? What inspired you to do this?
The book was definitely true. This I wrote this book because I literally just wrote my story. I came in the United States when I was 11, and whatever Diary is saying in the book is exactly how I felt. Alone, couldn't find somebody to relate to. So it's not fictional at all. I just wanted to tell my story, but in a different kind of way. But it's not fictional at all.
I love the way you told it too. And so for all of our cast members, Charlie, I see Josiah, Nolan, he's on the call somewhere, and maybe we have others. When we talk about fictional, that means that the story is not true, but you can tell the story in a way that makes sense according to how you want to tell it and what you want the readers to know. Hi, Ricky, I see you too. And then when we talk about non-fictional, that means the story is true. This is a true story that we want to come across to the reader. Okay, so thank you for that. How long did it take to write the book?
It only took, I think, 2 months. Yeah, because we did it during last summer with I had like co-authors Riley and Anthony. So we did it over Zoom, by the way, also. But it only took like 2 months.
You wrote a whole book in 2 months. That's incredible.
Yes, we did. Yes. I have people that helped me a lot. They were amazing. So
okay. Very good. Very good. Jasmine, did you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question, and this is kind of bringing it to real life. So I know that Dea and Dee, you two are very close friends. And Dee, since you said this was kind of like a real story, I'm curious how Dea and Dee, how you two became friends. Was it a situation like this?
So, if people don't know this, but Nadir in the character is literally Dea, because she was the first person that I could relate to at school, but we wanted to make it, another way. But yes, we became friends. It's a funny story. At first, we was in the same gym class. She would always talk to me. I thought she was weird at first. And then we started having more class together in 7th grade, and that's how we became close. I started learning English, and she started, I guess, talking to me in gibberish English, I guess, and that's how we started getting close in 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
Dea, do you have anything you want to add to that? I love that. That's a beautiful story.
Me too.
Oh yeah, like she said, we technically met in gym class in 6th grade year. I was like, there's this new girl here, and they were like, well, she speaks French, and I wanted to learn French at the time, so I used to go up to her like randomly, be like, how do you say this word in French, and this word, and this word, and this word, and she would, I don't know, maybe she got annoyed or something, but yeah, that's how like the conversation started off. So.
Awesome. Another question I had, Dee, I know that you contributed to the story. You wrote the story, and there was a story coach for the story. What about the pictures? Where did the pictures come from?
A lot of the pictures, if y'all don't know, some of the pictures have like, I wanted the image to kind of feel real, the characters to feel real. That's why in some of the image you can see that we have like jollof, which is one of the favorite food of Diarou, and like some African clothes, which we call pang. And all of the pictures, I just wanted them to like feel so real, like so realistic, not just some stiff figures, I guess.
Beautiful. And one last question that I had, if you all, which I hope you do, plan to join the Summer Leadership Academy, Dee, are you interested in writing another story? Because sometimes we do have repeat authors, like your co-author Riley, she wrote 2 books. And then Dea, I'm curious if you are interested in writing a book.
I'll let Dee answer first.
I you can ask Dea. I actually have a list of topics that I really want to write about. I sent it to her. I was like, you think this is a good topic? She was like, yeah, this is a good topic. So yeah, I'm most definitely gonna write another book this summer.
Love that. How about you, Dea? Are you interested in writing a book?
Yeah, I am. I have a creative side that I want to get out. I was telling Dee that I want to make a short film and everything too, and it would be nice to, write a book and everything. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. Okay, those are all the questions that I had. Miss Gigi, I'll turn it back over to you.
Hi, this is Gigi, and I want to say thank you to Dee and Dea. You did a fantastic job today. For all those tuned in, if you'd like to get a copy of your very own Diarou's Not So Different, please look in the description below. I want to say thank you and a big shout out to Reach Incorporated. You are doing a fantastic job with these young people. I'd like to thank our partners, and I'd like to thank our cast members. And I invite you all to stay tuned. In our next video, we will share with you a story in which they wrote themselves.